Hi everyone. Today we have Vinodh Gurugi with us, and Vinodh works closely with our Percona Operator team and has deep experience with MongoDB. In this video, we will explore how backup management works in the Percona server for MongoDB Operator, and Vinodh will help us to understand the key concepts and best practices for this. Hi Vinodh.
Hello, Edith. I'm really happy to be in this episode fourth again, and I'm really happy to join with you again for this video, and happy to share this knowledge with everyone. And yeah, on this episode four of the series of Percona Operator for MongoDB, we are going to see about backup and restore in Percona Operator for MongoDB. So in this, we will be seeing like how we can configure the backups and how we can schedule and what are the backup storage types that we can use in here and how to restore the backup that we have taken or to check the backups that we have taken. Everything we are going to see today.
Amazing.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's jump into the episode four right now. And as I said, we are going to see about the backups and restore of the Percona operator for MongoDB. And I don't think my introduction here because already we know about me, you know about me. And yeah, so as usual, we are going to have this prerequisite that is a kubectl installed and nodes available and resources available, operator files and YAML files and backup storage. And this is the GitHub where you can download our Percona operator. And for this particular thing, again, we are going to use 1.19.1. At this time of video, the 1.21 has been released for the operator version. But still, we are going to continue this as we have used this in our past videos episodes. Okay, and as I said, we are going to install PBM today and not PMM. That is for the next session. And yeah, so the supported versions for this particular version of operator, that is 1.19.1. You can run MongoDB version 6.0 and 7.0 and 8.0 as well. And backup version PBM, you can run up to 2.8.0. But again, you can run 2.10 as well. But the thing is, it is not tested and it is not actually properly tested with this version. But again, if you are able to run and then if there are no issues, then that is fine. But the suggested version to run with this operator is 2.8.0. And you can see those things in this release notes. Okay, and whatever the operator version, if you go to that particular respective release version, you can see the respective supported platforms for your operator versions. And let us jump into the backup configurations. And let me tell you, like before going into this, the backup, when you are configuring the backups for your MongoDB setup, you have to pick, uh, you have to choose whether you want to go with logical backup or physical backup. Because sometimes what happens if you are having a very big data set, okay, in those areas, having a logical backup is not going to help you because the restore time will be higher. But the other part, it will it will hold very less data comparing with the physical backup, because physical backup is nothing but the exact backup of your binary files or the physical files. But with the logical backup, you are going to just dump the data. So based on your cost and based on your requirement and the size of your data set, you can choose whether you need the logical or the physical one. And again, you also can choose what backup storage type that you want to choose as well. That we are going to see in a bit. Okay, and that also you can work around with the cost, and then you can choose those things as well. So here you with the Percona operator, you can choose logical backup or physical backup. Again, the PBM offers the incremental with the physical backup. So that also you can perform in this Percona operator for MongoDB, but that is still in tech preview as of now. And again, this has been the incremental backup has been introduced from 1.20.0. So I cannot show you today because we are going to use 1.19, but still that is in tech preview, so you cannot use that in production servers.
Okay.
And the storage types available are the S3, Amazon S3, and the GCS, that is Google Cloud Storage, Azure, and as well as the other S3 compatible storage like Minium or Backblaze, something like that. Okay. And if you want, you can use the file system as well, and the NFS as well. But I believe as of now, it is in the tech preview one, and you can run the PITR as well. So you can do the PITR as well. That is the point in time recovery as well if you want. And see, for this backup setups, I have listed these four things. That is, you need to have backup-s3.yaml. That is where you store the credentials of your S3 bucket. Okay, whether it is in AWS or GCS or the other S3 compatible ones, you have to store these credentials here, and you need to specify the storage details, that the bucket details, the region details of the AWS, everything you have to mention in this cr.yaml. And the backup.yaml is nothing but if you want to take the on-demand backups, or if you want to do the on-demand restore, you can use this YAML. Otherwise, you don't need have this backup.yaml or restore.yaml, because in cer.yaml itself, we are going to mention all the backup storage things and the scheduling task as well. That we will see in detail in a bit. So if you want to see the S3 thing, that is the credential mentioning thing, it has to be like this, the backup-s3.yaml. You can see that ID here, the key here. Actually, here, the extra information here is there has been change in the SDK version of AWS. So that is, they have upgraded that SDK from 1.0 to 2.0. For that, the PBM developers has been, they have included that upgraded to support that SDK 2.0. They have upgraded the coding from 2.10 PBM version. Okay, so for the latest AWS SDK compatible ones, you have to use 2.10 or more PBM version I'm talking about. Okay, for older the S3 SDK versions or older SDK compatible ones, you can use up to 2.9 PBM versions. Okay, so what happens with the change that has been come with 2.10 in PBM? They have introduced a new backup type as Minio as well, because that is to support the AWS SDK 1.0 version. Okay, and there is a Jira already open for this where you can find all the details. So the Jira ticket which I was talking about, this supporting that older SDK version of that AWS S3 is 16131, that is PBM-1631. So where you can see that version 2 has been introduced for AWS SDK. And so to stick with that older version, they have introduced the new storage type as Minio as well. So if we have the the SD compatible uh, sorry, the SD compatible backup storage types like Minio or Backblaze or Cloudflare. Cloudflare. So for those things, if you are going to use that the latest storage type as AWS, it won't going to be support for you. Okay, you will be having some errors, or in the middle of backup, you will be seeing failures. So in order to overcome that issues, you need to change the storage type to Minio, especially when you are using the other SD compatible storage types, not the AWS one. For AWS one, anyway, they are upgraded with the new version 2 of Go for their SDK. Okay, so this is the Jira ticket. You can go through the details in this Jira one later. Let us go to the presentation again. That one you need to mention here. So here you can see the type S3, right? So here instead of S3, you need to mention Minio for using the older version of Go or version 1. Okay. And here, this is a sample where you have mentioned the bucket name and your credential. So if you see here, the my cluster name backup S3, this was mentioned here, the backup hyphen S3. So this name should be similar in the credential secret. So if you give different name, then the backup hyphen S3 YAML will not be used in your cluster deployment. So you will be having issues in accessing the storage. And the region you can mention. If you have any prefix, you can mention here. If you want to enable the PITR, you can mention here as well. Usually the oplog span minimum time is the 10 minutes. That means every 10 minutes, the PBM takes oplog backups. If you want to minimize that time interval of taking the oplog backup, you can do this, but it will again put more load on your server because it is grabbing all the data from the oplog. Okay, oplog doesn't have any indexes, so getting any data from that oplog is costly one. So you have to be very careful with minimizing this data. And if you want to use the compression level or compression type gzip, the other compression types you can use here. So the default one is gzip. Okay, so this is for the incremental ones, and this is again, as I said, this has been introduced from 1.20 of Percona operator version. So if you want to take backups, first you need to take base backup. Okay, from the base backup, you need to take the incremental backups. So if you are going to take a base backup, you need to mention the type as incremental hyphen base. The other increment on top of that base backup, you need to take the incremental backup with the type incremental. So here we are taking weekly base backups and daily incremental backups. So you can see here that 0 mentions the starting day of the weeks and the star mentions daily incremental backups at the 1 a.m.
Mhm.
So as I said, the other thing that has been introduced in 1.20 operator version is multiple storage. That means in PBM they have introduced the concept called profiles. Profiles means if you need to have multiple storage that you want to store or your backups in multiple places, you can do with profiles. So that has been introduced in 1.20 operator version. So you can use these profiles and main storage. Main storage is the one where you store everything by default. If you don't mention any profiles, those files will be stored backups in main storage. For example, the oplog backups are stored in main storage by default if you don't mention anything. And the you need to for example, if you want to use profiles, you need to mention in cr.yaml that main as true under the storages. For example, uh, under here, so here about type, you can mention that uh, the main as true. Okay, so that it will understand that this storage type is the main storage one. And for profiles, you can mention, or if you go and refer the PBM, that is Percona backup for MongoDB documentation, you can see how to mention the profiles, that is multiple storage parts. So here you need to mention like that, either by logging into the backup agent container, or you can call that a backup agent container and then call this PBM command and then mention those profiles. That I will show you here.
Vinod,
Uh,
what does it mean exactly being the main storage?
Sorry.
What does it mean exactly that when we configure this custom resource to be the main storage, that is gonna be the one that when we take the backup is gonna be the first one in take the data from?
See, for example, here I have told you that we are mentioning this storage, right? This S3 type, that S3, everything we have mentioned. So
Yeah.
this is going to be the main, provided you are also going to mention the parameter main
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So what happens when, even if you don't create profiles or something,
Mhm.
whatever the backups you are taking will be going to the to this storage automatically. Even if you missed to mention that main equal to true,
False.
you can do the patch command and then mention that later as well. Okay, so if you don't mention, you cannot create profiles.
Mhm.
If you want to create profiles and mention multiple storage ones, you have to mention this as main first, then only you can create profiles.
Files.
If
Oh.
you don't specify this as main, you cannot create profiles and mention multiple storage ones. So let me show you here how to do that one in a bit. But before that, let me show you how to take backups. Okay, so there are two types. One is the scheduled backups and other one is the on-demand backups. Schedule one is like, as I showed you earlier, you are going to schedule everything here. For example, here, the task, under the task, you are going to schedule when, at what time, on what day you are going to. Have you heard about cron job in Linux?
Yep.
Like that, you are going to mention the time, for example, the minutes, the hour, the day, something like that. The number of days, something like that. I don't remember the exact one. There are five arguments where you can mention these things. Okay, so the star means the daily thing and all the time, something like that. Okay, and if you want to get the details on that, you can go and check the cron job in Linux. Okay, so in that the details have been mentioned. So like that, you can schedule your backups. In those cases, you don't need to worry about taking backup explicitly. Okay, but for example, you have some maintenance and you are going to do some data purging. And if you are going to do some maintenance work, before the maintenance or data purging, you want to take the backup. So on that, the scheduling backup, if the scheduling backup is falling behind the time, you can take on-demand backups as well. Likewise, as I told you, you can take full backup or incremental backup. But here, today we are going to see how to take on-demand full backups in the test. Okay.
Mhm.
For example, here, the schedule one looks like this under task. Okay. So this means at 12 a.m., the 0 minute, it is going to take. The sixth is the sixth day. Sixth day of the week is Saturday night.
Mhm.
Okay, if it is 0, that means Sunday night. If it is 1, that means Monday one. At the hour where we have mentioned, it will take on Monday if it is 1. If it is 6 and 00, that means Saturday night 12 a.m. It will, this particular backup will be taken. That is logical backup. Okay,
Yeah.
so on-demand backup YAML file will be looking like this, where you will be mentioned giving name to that backup. That is backup one. This is important. I will tell you why this is important. And you also need to match the cluster name here, the from the cr.yaml as well. Okay. So if you mismatch this cluster name, the backup .yaml will fail. Okay, that I will show you how to take that. And storage name will be the storage this name, this that you have mentioned in the cr.yaml, that you have to take, so that this particular backup file will know that for this particular cluster, for this backup storage, we need to take the full backup. For example, here I'm mentioning physical backup. If you mention logical, it will be taken with logical backup. If you want to mention extra parameters like gzip or other compression types, you can mention here. Okay. And on-demand backups, for example, if you want to take backups, you have to deploy like this, apply like this, and after that you can take check the status like this with the kubectl get psmdb hyphen backup command. That I will show you in the
Okay.
test environment.
Okay.
Okay, and here one of the other thing is on-demand incremental backup. For that, you can take the base backup first, and then after that, you can take the incremental backup. Okay, so whenever you are taking the incremental backup, it will refer to the backup name, and then it will find the base name, and then it will take incremental backup on top of that base. For example, if you are taking in a base backup and first incremental, the second incremental will find the base backup as well as the first incremental. And after that, it will copy the oplogs from the first incremental until the time where we are taking the second incremental backup.
Mhm.
Okay, and you can also change these parameters and those, for example, this particular cluster name, storage name. If you want to know these details, what are those parameters and those details, you can refer those in this documentation. I'm giving you the link here. You can go through the documentation for more details. And if you want to add more parameters, you can add as well. Okay, for example, you can uh, see the storage name type, compression type. I told you, right? The you can see here the compression type ZST is available, Snap is available, LSZ4 is available. So you can configure whatever you want based on the documentation given to you. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's jump into this. So now the topic is restore. Before going into the restore, we will see the lab for backups one that we have seen so far. So let me switch to the terminal. Like I said you earlier, I'm going to use the 1.19.1 operator version. And like I said, I'm also going to use the allies for kubectl for one, so that I will be using K only. And for example, let me get the namespaces. So let me create a namespace for this particular one, PSMDB3. Okay, so as I said, you can first deploy the bundle on this one. If you want more details on this, please refer to our previous episodes.
Mhm. So just to remind, so I remember what people can get the bundle is from our repo, right? The Percona server for MongoDB Operator is where all the files are, so they can get the bundle,
Downloaded, yeah.
the resource, and the backup as well, backup files, right?
Yes. So if you once you download this operator version, you'll see a lot of files here.
Yeah.
And these are the files I have worked I have created. So you will be seeing these YAML files. Uh, One second, let me move those PSMDB thing outside. Okay. Okay. So like you said, you need to download the operator files from our GitHub. Okay. Once you download, you will be having these files. And this particular works directory has been created by me for editing these YAML files. So you will not be seeing this works directory when you're downloading the operator. So, but otherwise, you will be seeing all these files once you download these files from the GitHub. Uh, Usually, what happens, people may also give the bundle YAML file directly with the URL. Okay, but I'm not going to do this because I need to edit those YAML according to my environment.
Mhm.
So I'm using this local environment, and for today, I'm going to run a replica set, not the SHADA cluster, only the replica set with the three members. And you can see that we have created and no pods are there. So let us create the operator here. When you create this bundle.yaml, it will be creating the operator and the RBAC, CRD, everything will be applied automatically. You don't need to apply them separately. And
Honestly,
inside the,
DSMDB3.
yeah, namespace PSMDB3. Okay, so let, okay, so you can see without any warning, everything is applied.
Mhm.
So if you see the thing, you can see now the operator pod has been created already. Okay, so once this operator created, you should not create the pods that are data pods and all. Before that, you need to deploy the secret for S3 bucket. That, as I showed you, you can mention that ID and the secret key here. So I have created and kept it at a different place. So I'm going to apply that here. Okay, for example, before doing that, let me show you. There is nothing inside the secrets. Okay, so nothing inside the secrets. So I'm going to apply this here. So once I apply this, you can see that this particular secret has been created. So if you want to see the detail of that, you can see that with -o YAML output. Okay, so with -o YAML output, you can see the base64 encoder version of your ID and password. Okay, so you cannot use this directly. Okay, so this is the AWS key and the secret created. Okay, and as I said to you already, please make sure that you match this particular name in the cr.yaml. So that file I have created already edited and created here, backup.yaml. If you see here, I I'm enabling this replica set with a C3. Okay, and I am not enabling the SHADA cluster. So for that, I'm mentioning this unsafe flags already. Okay, and you can see here that where is that credential storage? So this is the name that we have created in the secret. Those both names should match each other. Otherwise, you cannot access your storage bucket. So other than that, you need to mention your bucket name. If you want, you can mention the endpoint URL for the other S3 compatible storages. For AWS, you don't need this. And you need to mention this enabled and whatever the image here and everything. Okay. So as I said already to you, for 1.19.1, we have to use until 2.8.0 PBM version. But here for testing purpose, for showing you that sometimes you can use the other version of PBM, but it is not recommended for production. But for this testing purpose, I'm going to show you that we are using 2.1.0.0. But please don't use this in production. Use only the recommended version. Okay. For Azure, you can mention this. For NFS, you can mention here and as well. Here I'm enabling the PITR as well. So I'm mentioning here. And I'm not going to schedule these backups. So I'm keeping everything commented for the task. Okay.
Mhm.
And it's time to apply this. Let's do this.
In the namespace as well, no?
Yeah,
True.
that namespace.
Okay.
So once you do this, tada,
Mhm.
get pods. So you can see that it is initiating or initiating, it's downloading the images. See, if you see here, two mentions that one is MongoDB container and the second container is the backup agent container, that is PBM. In our previous episodes, you would have seen only one container here mentioning here. But here today we are seeing two because we have added PBM container as well. In the next episode, we'll be seeing this as three because we'll be adding that PM as well. So like that, as you add a lot of containers to the pod, you'll be seeing those number of containers here. And everything is running fine. You can see everything is running fine. Okay. Okay. So now it's time to check. So everything is created. And once again, you check the status of the cluster as well. This is the cluster, minimum cluster backup. Okay. So let us check the backups, available backups. So nothing is there because we haven't taken any backups. And to take the backup, we can use this YAML file, as I said. So here the cluster name should match this one. And the storage name should also match. That is from um, okay, so you can see this has been mentioned there as well. For example, so you can see storages. So this name has been mentioned. So that should be mentioned here. And the name, you can give any name for the backup that you're going to take. Okay, and let us start the backup. So we have created the backup and let us see the progression here.
Backup of nothing, right? Because we didn't add any, no data.
Yeah, and now you can see the backup. See, with whatever the data available, the backup has been initiated.
Mhm.
So you can see it is requested. So you can see the bucket name
Mhm.
and it is running. We are taking the logical because we haven't mentioned any type in the backup.yaml. So the default type is logical one.
Okay.
Okay, so now it is ready. Wow, very good.
Okay. Mhm.
So you can see this is the backup available right now.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you want to take another backup, see, let me show you. I'm going to take another backup right now. Again, I'm applying here. You can see something unchanged and also no changes here. Can you guess why?
No data, no changes, nothing. We didn't
No, no, no,
modify.
no, no, no.
We didn't modify the database, right? Is the reason there is. It cannot change.
That name of the backup we haven't changed. Okay, if you want
Mhm.
to take another backup,
Yeah.
like I said to you, there will be
Oh,
only one backup associated with the name. So you have to be very careful every time with the backups. So you have to use backup
another name.
to, to take the second on-demand backup. Now, if you apply this, you can see the progressions, the second.
Mhm.
Okay.
What if I want to have just one backup, which is backup one, for example, and on that I want to add my other backups. Is that possible? Like incremental, like you
I mean, yeah, base backups and incremental ones. Yeah, you can do that. For that, you need the operator version 1.20 and or more.
Okay.
Okay, for that, like I said to you, you need to mention the type as incremental hyphen base first, and after that, you need to mention incremental alone for the type.
Okay.
Okay, so here you can see that
Two backups now.
two backups are already
Mhm.
taken. And here, let us play little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take the third backup, but I'm going to mess up with this one, storage name. Okay,
Okay.
let us see what is going to happen. Okay, so like I said,
It should.
it will again see, you can see the storage as west,
But
and
it's not.
it will again error.
Oh, okay. We can describe it. Let's see if it mentioned that.
Yeah. How you have to troubleshoot is describe that one.
Yeah. Describe
Describe.
pod or backup.
Actually, here,
It should be PSMDB. Hotel describe PSMDB, the name of the backup.
this won't.
Okay.
You can't. So unable to get storage error.
But it doesn't say exactly why, right? Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
So
to get the storage in that region, in that zone. Okay, it gives us
mm,
something so we can check the name of that.
yeah. So if you have any errors, you can check that as well, and why you got that error and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, so two ready and one error. So if you want to take something, for example, the physical backup that you can take.
Mhm.
Okay, so let us check.
Error as well because
Yeah,
yeah, we didn't
because
change
we haven't changed the
that.
storage.
Yeah,
Wow,
it should be
great,
east.
super. See, it is very simple. Like when you when you start working on the operator, it will be very handy and you will really like it.
Let's see.
Okay, now the
Error
storage is
again.
east.
Yeah. Oh, it's an
No, it
error
is
now.
going to request. No, it is going to request again.
Okay. Mm.
The storage type is right. The cluster name is correct. We have different backup name, and I don't think any reason for the
I
issue
do it
here
again.
requested.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see it
Interesting.
is running.
Physical.
So type is physical. Yeah,
Mhm.
still running. Let us wait until it becomes ready. So once it is ready, you can actually what you can use those backups for restoring whatever the purpose that you want to do.
In S3, because this is already doing the backup in S3, right, in our bucket. So in S3, how does it look, the physical and the logical backup? What's the difference visually in the visual mode? Is there is any difference or there is just file?
Yeah. You'll be seeing the physical files for the physical backup.
Mm-hmm.
That means it will be PBM actually copies the data files and it also process because when you start with the physical backup, it creates the backup cursor inside the database. And from that cursor, it will copy all the files. And that cursor will also track all the changes that has been happening. So what happens? So when you run the restore, it will copy all the files it has copied. On top of that, it will rerun that copied oplogs on top of those files.
Mm-hmm.
So the changes while the backup that has been happening will be also implemented in the backup, so that you will be having a consistent restore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is the logic behind here.
Mm-hmm.
So our developers have done this very well, and mm,
Mm-hmm.
you need to see the architecture in our documentation to understand this backup cursor thing and everything. It is very easy to understand, so nothing new for us. So like I
Ah,
said, you can see the physical ready and everything.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so how you can see this in the pbm command. So for example, I told you that this is the thing. This is containing two containers for every pod. I told you, right?
Yeah.
So for example, here logs, if you see the logs pod, for example, here, for example, if you see less, or else let me show you this one. So if you see here, if you don't mention any container, it will be taken, the logs will be taken from MongoDB. So if you mention the container backup agent, you will see the details from the PBM one. For example, here, if you see the tail where 50, you can see the backups were happening, the error where that were happening, and everything you can see here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you can see that which the backup was running on another node. You can see that related logs here. So if you see that other pod, for example, one, you can see the files have been copied. So you can see this particular WT that copied with the compression, uploading. This is the physical backup that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, once it is done, you can see the backup done message as well. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how you need to check this. And other thing is like, once again, execute -it. So if you see like this list, you'll see all the backups taken. You'll see the logical, physical. So this is the way we actually list through the PBM.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the PITR. We have enabled the PITR as well. So that is also in progress. That you can see here.
The point and recovery for all the backups, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And let me show you another thing here. I'm going to call the PBM backup here. I'm going to take the backup here. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is starting the backup. You can see the thing and everything. So you
Mm-hmm.
can see the backup is happening here. Okay. So list is here. You can see the
Yeah.
1714. The backup has been taken here also. So likewise also you can take the backup.
Mm-hmm.
But the catch here is you cannot see that backup here. Do you see any backup with the 1714 here? Until
1714.
17.8 only?
No. Why? Oh, okay.
Because Kubernetes operator doesn't know that you have called backup internally.
Mhm.
Okay, so whatever the backup that has been taken through via operator only, the operator will tell you with this command. psmdb-backup. If you are calling the backup separately, you cannot actually see them in this with this command. So it is also important for you to understand this difference. And you should not search where is my backup, where is my backup. It is not showing here. That is because you have taken that backup separately,
Mhm.
alone inside the container. This is you are executing the command inside the container,
Yeah.
not via the operator. So operator doesn't know what is happening inside the container. That means inside the database.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
So
Okay,
this
glad
is the
to know it.
catch here.
Okay.
Okay, so it is very curious thing as well, because once what happened, I was spending a lot of time for this.
You were
I
looking
was
for this.
searching what is there is backup, but why I'm not seeing this one? The
Uh,
experience is the teacher, you know.
yeah. Okay. That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
topic to write a blog post, eh?
yeah. We will do that as well. The
Okay.
second blog post. And the third blog post is I told you about that Jira, right? That
Yeah.
is the third blog
Energetic.
post.
Oh, that will
Okay.
be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that is a big topic. So people are going, already a lot of customers are facing that issue now.
Yeah, that will be nice for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's jump into,
Restore.
yes, sir. You see this?
I see restore slide.
Okay. So now the main thing for backup is to restore that backup back. Okay, so that is the main agenda of taking the backup, right? So let us see how to take this restore, how to do that restore. You can do full backup restore, or if you want to do PITR, that is point in time recovery, you can do that. Or else if you want to do the selective restore, if you have taken the logical backup, you can do the selective restore on specific namespace. That is on specific collections, you can do the restore. And these are all facilities available in PBM. That's why the operator is able to give these features in operator as well.
Mhm.
Okay. If you want to know more details about these things, please go to the PBM documentation and refer there. So this is a sample on-demand restore YAML file sample. You need to mention the cluster name properly, backup name, which backup you are going to restore, that you have to mention, and other things. Other than that, everything is fine. Okay. For example, here, this backup name, if you have taken backup via the operator, then you can mention this backup name. But what if I have taken that 17 hours, 14 minutes backup manually. How you can restore that particular backup?
Mhm.
That For that you need to mention um, um, backup source. That is, you need to mention that destination directly. You need to mention that bucket. And
Directory
what is the
bucket.
directory inside the bucket, you need to mention that properly. And also which type, logical or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, that also you can do. You don't need to worry. Okay, I have taken, for example, what happens, people might have taken backup somewhere and put it into a new cluster, and they are resyncing the storage via PBM. And those times you can use this backup source parameter to restore those backups. Okay.
Mhm.
And this is about PITR. If you want to restore up to a particular time, you can do that as well.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you want to do the selected namespace restore, you can do that as well. But it should be from logical backup only. You cannot do that with physical backups.
But the restore can be applied for logical and physical, right?
Yeah. Full backup restore can be done for logical or
Physical.
this one. And incremental is for obviously physical one, because we are taking incremental for physical one only.
Okay.
You can restore in the same environment, or else if you want to take this backup and put it in another environment, for example, refreshing from production to non-production, you can do that as well. So in those times, this backup source come in handy if you want to refresh into the other environment. Like I said, for the backup resource options, you can refer this particular documentation and see the parameters available for restore as well. And let us see the lab for this. Woohoo. Okay, so let us get the backups here. What happened?
PSMDB 3
I made a mistake
is backup,
here.
no?
For example, if you want to do the PATR, you can get use this command to get the what is the latest PATR time available for the oplog backup available as well. For example, let me show you this command in this here. Okay, and let me that command. So what is the SMDB? What is the backup name? Let us, for example, backup one. So you can see that until, for example, so this is available 1703. Okay, but with the backup one, you can restore until 1705 as well. For example, with the backup five, see until 1714, you can take another, or you can restore. So with if you are going to restore only this physical backup, you will be restoring until 1708. Okay, so this backup name. Okay, so but if you want to restore until 14, that is also possible. Okay, and you can use this command to understand that so that you can do the PITR. But today we will see how to do the restore for full backup alone. Okay, and again, like I said to you, let us see here, and we need to backup one is fine. Cluster name, again, cluster name we need to change. Okay, so let us see how it is. Okay, so this is the required thing for now.
That's the only thing that we need to change in that file.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
See how simple it is. Let us, before that, always I have a habit to,
Yeah. To see if there is maybe someone.
yeah, 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 that is there. Obviously, nothing
Yeah.
is there.
Okay.
And after doing that, what is happening? Okay, I am missing here. Okay, so let us see here. And also after that, I'm having a habit of praying as well. Oh God, let's just restore the complete properly.
Now this is just a demo, but I imagine you, yeah, when you play with more data and that please restore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gonna restore.
This happens in every DBA's life, you know. What's happening? Wow,
Eh,
requested. So the thing is happening.
mhm.
And let us see when it is completing. So
It takes
how
some
easy
time.
it is?
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, ready.
ready. Wow. So the restore has been completed.
Mhm.
So
That
that's
is a
it.
full backup.
Yeah, yeah, full backup. Yeah. If you change the parameters with the selective or PITR, you can do the partial backup restore as well, or else the PITR as well.
Mhm.
And after restore, these things are running fine.
Mhm.
So if you want to check, you can check with execute as well. For example, Mongo sh. But again, that's the thing. Okay, you are logged in, but again, you cannot do any operations because you need authentications. So we need to get the secrets to view the. Let me get the name of the secret. It is the okay, internal one, YAML. So which one database admin? Like I said, echo in
Base 64.
for and decode and database admin user. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So once you log in,
Mhm.
user admin db.auth. Okay. Wow. Show DBs. Okay. So if you are going to create edit dot test collection, okay, insert ID one name Percona.
Mhm.
This is not
Not primary.
primary. Yes. So we need to go to the primary.
Mhm.
This is primary
Now we can
and let
insert.
me
Mhm. Login into Mongo.
use that me. Okay. Now,
Insert. Mhm. Okay.
okay, edit.
Three.
Okay, so something like this.
Okay.
Okay, so it is there.
Erasers. Erase.
Yeah, okay, get backups. So what happens if you restore logical, it will not touch the edit database because the logical backup will restore only the existing collection which has been taken in the backup. Okay, so if you want to restore fully, like if you want to restore all the files and everything, that should be done with physical.
Okay.
Okay, so that you have to take and let us backup YAML 6. Okay, backup created. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay, requested. Let it to complete. Running.
Right. Now we
I,
have some data in the database, and we are taking a backup from that, correct?
yeah.
Backup 6,
Uh,
physical backup.
but I prefer logical to show you quickly.
Mhm.
Let me take another backup.
Logical. Backup 7. Change the name. 7. Yeah,
Eh,
nice. Mhm.
Okay, ready. And let me take another backup.
Or the logical one.
So let me tested
Request.
running.
Ready.
Ready. Okay. So let us okay, go there. Just let me ODBs. You you said it and db dot test collection dot drop. I'm going to drop this before that. Show collections db dot test collection dot drop. So I have dropped this. Okay, show collections. Nothing is there. So backup 7.
So you delete all the 3 rows that we have, right? Before.
Yeah, we have dropped.
Yep.
Sorry. Now let me show you backup 7. So backup 7. Okay, let me apply. And okay, so why it is not working? The
We
name should be different.
we were always using Reader 1 for everything.
Yeah. See,
That's
here the
nice.
thing is either you need to change this restore name or else you can delete this restore as well.
Mm.
For example, if you don't want to change that one. Okay, so now if you see nothing is there.
Mm.
Now you apply this.
Yeah, should work. Yeah, because it doesn't exist Reader 1.
Yeah. Let us see. See, this is the problem with Kubernetes. You will not find the error and it will suck you all the soul. And then I finally, you have to literally beg it.
Oh,
Oh, Kubernetes God,
but
please
this is
bless me
part
with.
of the troubleshooting part that we are going to see in the next session, right?
Hmm.
That is the difficult part,
Yeah,
troubleshooting.
this one I think we can add it in the next session.
Yeah,
This one, right? So you can add it in the question part so we don't miss it.
okay.
Yeah, waiting,
And now,
waiting,
wait,
waiting.
You know
Where
what I
is?
do? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
requested.
that's good. I'll start
Super.
expanding. Woohoo! Ready.
Let us log
Mhm,
in.
mhm.
Use edit. Show collections. Wow, wonderful.
Mhm.
It is restored.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So we create a backup, we delete, we drop the data, but we restore one previous version, no? The logical one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's good to see. We
Mhm.
have come to the end of
Oh.
the session. Once again, let me see. Where is this? Okay. Do you see
Yeah,
the screen?
we see the slides.
Okay. Okay. So, like I said to you, like the restore can be done like that, and then delete. If you want to delete the backup, you can always delete the backup. For example, if you want to delete automatically, if you have scheduled the backups, if you want to set retention policy for 1 week or 10 days, something like that, you can mention in the cr.yaml under task, or else you can delete like this with this command as well. For example, here, do you see the terminal?
Yep.
Okay, backups. Here, if I want to delete this error one, or for example, if I want to delete this backup sys,
Mhm,
I can delete that as well.
mhm.
You have to wait for that.
Oh, you can do it as well, applying force, right?
Yeah. That is without any questions, without any wait. Yeah. So like this, you can delete the backups as well. So this is very simple.
Mhm,
So if you see the backups is 6 is gone right now.
mhm. The number will
Yeah,
be
and
the
the
number 6.
PPM list also, you can see that this particular, what was the name of that backup 6? 1731. That
Mhm,
is missing here.
mhm. In the snapshots. Okay.
Okay, so this is very simple. Actually, backup restore is very simple with the Percona server for MongoDB. And with operator, it is even more simpler to schedule and to take the backup, to restore, to delete. The problem comes when people mostly mess up with the YAML file of the restore one or the backups one or the task one, mentioning the wrong credentials, so backup credentials. So
Mhm.
when you have those kind of issues, you will be having issues. Otherwise, you know, like it is very easy for you to schedule these backups, restores, and everything with the operator, Percona operator for MongoDB. Yeah. So we have come
Okay.
to the end.
Yeah. Oh, that was so nice. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. And next time we are going to see a video related with troubleshooting, no? How to go deeper, to find the issues
Mm,
with different things, everything related with Percona operators for MongoDB. Uh,
yeah. As well as we will also see how to monitor it as well, enabling
so with
PMM.
PMM, Percona monitoring,
Yeah.
management, yeah, which is very super popular in Percona. I see a lot of people using it for monitoring databases. So we we are in the end of this video. We are going to share in the description of this video the GitHub repo and what other blog posts that could be interesting for you to check. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much, Vinod, again. As always,
Thank you.
see you next time.